Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has put on hold the Karnataka Jobs Quota bill following backlash from India Inc. The bill proposes to hire 50% local candidates for management positions and 75% for non-management roles. And additionally, it proposes 100% job reservation for Kannadigas in C and D grade jobs. And any company that fails to adhere to these rules will be charged penalties ranging from 10,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees. And as a result, several industry leaders, including Kiran Mazumdal Shaw and even industry body NASSCOM, have junked the bill, calling it deeply disturbing, even fascist. So job seekers from all over the country migrate to the city, Bengaluru, Karnataka, the state, for work, tech, IT, startups and so many other sectors. But this has drawn outrage from some sections of the local population who say that migrants are taking away their jobs. But the big question is, can the solution to guaranteeing jobs be based on quotas and not merit? To take that further, I'm now joined by Mohandas Pai, who's the chairman of Aarin Capital. He was, of course, the former CFO of Infosys as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Pai, for joining us this evening on ET Now. My first question to you, given that Karnataka has a huge base of startups, a tech industry that is flourishing, IT sector, which is a huge sunrise sector for the country as well, what are your key apprehensions with respect to this bill? And what do you assess as the kind of impact that it will have on companies that are operating in the state? Although IT Minister Priyank Kharge has said that there will be consultations, but why is having reservations in private jobs a bad idea?
No, it's a reflection of the failure of the government to create jobs, a very populist measure to show people they're doing something. And recently, the government has had some scams. Maybe it's an attempt to divert attention. Maybe it's a part of the internal power struggle. We don't know, because all of us are very shocked. How could a progressive liberal state like Karnataka do this at a time when there are more jobs than local people coming up for jobs? Karnataka produces a lot of jobs. And if you look at all the data, there are more jobs than people graduating, more jobs than coming. And if you look at multiple sectors, construction and infrastructure, we are not getting enough people from Karnataka. Security, we're not getting enough people from Karnataka. Even in IT, we are not getting enough qualified people because the higher education sector has not seen great investment in Karnataka. There are more people coming from, let's say Andhra. And we are not seeing much skill development happen which meets industry requirements. And they are not getting money in infrastructure in places like Mysore, Bangalore, etc. They keep talking about it for the last 15 years. They're not putting enough money. It's talk. Now, I think this government has come. This is a populist government. They give away 60,000 crores of money as freebies to most people. Nothing wrong, except it's not for the poor. Give it to the poor, that's fine. Recently, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who should have known better, said that he found to his shock that 80% of people in Karnataka have a BPL card. You can't believe 80% are poor. So there's a lot of misuse of government subsidies. And I think, there's non-application of mine. And the industry minister and the IT minister appear surprised that this has happened, that such a bill has come. So I think it's a sign of a dysfunctional government in my view.
Right, Mr. Pai, perhaps this was also reflected in the back and forth in how the state government responded to this crisis. But given how entrenched these companies are in the state, are these companies at this point considering moving to other states? What is the impact? Again, I'm asking you this. Do you think that this move, if this bill gets passed, what is the kind of impact that it will have on these companies?
Well, I think the bill is not going to be implemented, that's for sure. Once Chandrababu Naidu has made the tweet inviting, I'm sure that Karnataka will not implement the bill because the threat is very real. And the companies going away from here, they may not shift, but expansion in Karnataka may be hit because people are losing trust in the government. They're not very sure what are the politics driving this. They want stability, and that's a problem. And now GCC, as Tamil Nadu has got a better policy. We got to see what happens. But Bangalore has still got the deepest pool of tech talent in the world, so it has a great advantage. But growth may be slower. That is the problem. We want Bangalore to grow 15-20% with more and more startups coming and creating jobs. Now growth may be slower because trust with government is broken. First of all, in last 1.5 years, they have not invested enough in Bangalore. traffic problem is not solved. The roads still have potholes. We still have problem, and they're very unsympathetic. I mean,
Yes,
the
sir.
Minister
Yes,
for Bangalore, Minister for Bangalore is a very powerful minister. He's a very rich minister, powerful minister. He's a businessman who's a politician. That's what he says. He's got interest in the real estate sector, but he has made a lot of promises, but nothing much has happened. And that trust in the government's ability to change is coming down dramatically day by day.
Right, Mr. Pai rightly said that slower growth, and that's a serious concern. And you expect if this bill gets passed, then it will lead to slower growth and, of course, all the companies that are operating in the region. But let me also get back to the point that you mentioned on earlier during this interaction. Is this only a vote bank politics, or is it a genuine intent to create jobs? Because if the idea is to promote jobs, then there should be more money spent on education budget and, of course, jobs. In fact, a similar matter is now with the Supreme Court as well, given its unconstitutional provisions with respect to the state of Haryana.
Absolutely. I think, there is a, they failed to do anything to create large-scale jobs. They've not increased the education budget. The skill development budget needs an increase. They've not done many things. And they take the easy way out. Oh, reservation. I will do reservation. It's a chimera. It's a chimera. It's a dream that they try to sell to people, and people are not getting full. People are not getting full. There's no money in the state. The chief economic advisor to the chief minister says, we don't have the money to put into development. And what are they trying to do? I mean, they spoiled their whole name by giving freebies to everybody. They should have given it to the poor. Giving to the poor is fine, but not 60,000 crores. The state road transport organization is broke. They can't pay salaries. The BESCOMs, the ESCOMs, LC distribution companies will also run out of money because, the free power is going to hit everybody. So it's a mess. And then we have the industry minister, MB Patil, looking very hard to get investments into India. He's working very hard. And now when you see this, it will be a setback for him. Our IT minister has promised good policies. He wants IT to come up beyond Bangalore, which is very good. But they have to invest beyond Bangalore. He's not able to invest. So I think and our chief minister is past 75. I don't think he understands the importance of IT and everybody else.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is the problem, because then people focus exclusively on something called social justice, which for them means increasing reservation, giving freebies. They're not focusing on job creation.
So you speak about drying up of jobs and investors moving out. In fact, a similar concern has also been raised by NASSCOM, tech industry body as well. But some from the tech industry, the startup sector, for instance, PhonePe CEO Sameer Nigam, say that Karnataka's private sector quota bill, they have actually said that if if his kids do not really deserve a job in the city, then isn't that wrong. So what is your assessment of the statement coming in from him, which seems to be like a job is a right if you've grown up in a particular city?
Look, there are jobs and you must compete. Job is not a right. Nobody has the right to a job. You must compete. You must compete. You must upgrade your skills. And you can't say, I'm local, I'm entitled to a job. It cannot happen anywhere in the world. Jobs are not entitlement, right? You can't do that. You have to compete. And you have to learn how to compete. People compete. People get jobs. And I don't think anybody can make a statement, by birth, I'm born here, I'm entitled to a job. It's a very wrong attitude. Nobody's entitled to a job, or nobody's entitled to many things. It can't happen.
Right, sir. Interesting take on, of course, the issue of jobs, that it is not really entitlement, but has to be based on merit instead of reservation. Now, the government says that the idea of this bill was to get investors in, of course, to boost job creation. But, sir, will it not have the opposite impact of that, given the skilling differences, of those who are already in the system because of merit and those who will be in the system because of their quotas? And how does it really help? How does this bill help solve the skilling question, given that, India wants to be a front runner as far as AI is concerned, tech is concerned?
The bill will not help in solving the question. It will drive away jobs, will drive away investors, drive away industry to other states. Okay, let's be very clear. The bill has to be junked. And the bill is illegal, unconstitutional, regressive, discriminatory, and fascist. Why am I saying fascist? Because it's totalitarian. They want to control your company. They want to put a person on your recruitment committee. They want to come and check up your records every day. You can't hire anybody without their permission. I mean, this is like an extreme left regime. I mean, that's what they're thinking. I'm very shocked at their thinking. How can they think like this? How can they think and put it down on paper? I mean, have they applied the mind? Is there a mind that is applied? Is there a mind at all for anybody to apply? It went to the cabinet. All these people, IT minister, Bangalore minister, industry minister, were then the cabinet. The cabinet passed the note. The chief minister was there in the cabinet. Have they read this bill at all to understand what it means? I don't know the kind of non-application of mind in this, because they sent a negative message. Yes, they've withdrawn it. They said we'll consult, but you destroyed the brand. You destroyed trust. How will people trust you in future? Because then suddenly these people are bringing something like this and control business. You can't do this. These people should understand that.
All right, Mr. Pai, strong words coming in from you. And at this point, this conversation again remains between merit versus reservations. We'll have to see how the state government proceeds on this issue, even as it intends to go back to the drawing board. On that note, thank you very much, Mr. Pai, for taking the time out and speaking with ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.